How frustrating was last year?
Very. It was very frustrating. Obviously, to let everybody down, I think is the biggest thing. I know how passionate this fan base is, and the people at this university, and the people that really care about the Hogs. It was very frustrating and disappointing. I really wanted our first year to be kick-started in the right way. But ultimately, if you look back at what we did 4 years ago, we're in the same situation. We've been there before. We know how to get ourselves out of it, and so sticking to the process, staying to what we know, doing the things that we know it takes to get the program right. That's what we're doing, and we're working extremely hard right now. Coach Tavis made a comment in the staff meeting the other day. He's never worked this hard in his life. So we're, that's an, indication of all of us and how hard we're working to make sure this program gets right, and we give these fans what they deserve, and that's winning a lot of football games and competing for championships.
What does Ben bring to the table, bringing him in?
He brings a lot. He brings competitiveness, fire. He's a tough kid that hates losing. I know a lot of people hate losing, but I mean if I want to race him to the end of them stairs right there, he's gonna race me. Because he don't want to lose. He's just that much of a competitor. I think the other thing that he really brings to the table is he knows what we expect. I think that he's going to really be able to help take this program and get it off the ground in the Chad Morris era, so to speak, and really get this thing going in terms of taking the guys aside and showing them, hey, what we do up here with the coaches isn't enough. We have to do more than that. If we do what's expected, that's not enough. So we've got to be up here doing more. We've got to be working. And we've been up here for prospect days, and walking around the facility with prospects, and there's a group of guys out there throwing. That's what I think Ben brings to the table. I've talked to several receivers about the transition, and having been in here, and they've told me, hey coach, he's really showing me what I need to do on this play, where I need to end up, and because the NCAA only allows us a certain amount of hours we can spend with these guys, and when you have a guy like Ben who's practically a coach, he's out there all the time with those guys, showing them, hey, this is where you got to be in this position, and this covers this look. Here's where the open area is. You got to get in there, and so he's really been able to go through those guys and take those guys and really show them what we're trying to get accomplished on each play.
How much of the offense, the way y'all want to do it, requires the quarterback above the shoulders instead of below the shoulders?
A lot. Saying that, a lot, we do ask the quarterback to do a lot, but also we try to make it as simple as possible in terms of how we call things. The terminology of things is it's very similar, if that makes any sense, and the way we call things makes it easy for guys to pick up. But more so from the head up, just knowing coverages, knowing secondary, and why they're doing certain things, and why they're bringing pressure here, or pirating the front here, whatever they may be doing, they got to know that. And I try to teach those guys as much as I can in the short amount of time that we're allowed, all those certain intricate details in the quarterback room, so that they can go out now and teach everybody else when we're not around.
How much of it is required just getting in a game and seeing it different versus hearing it?
Yeah, a lot of that, experience. We have, we're very fortunate here at University of Arkansas to have things like virtual reality and drones and things of that nature out at practice, so that we can go in and virtual reality, I may not have got a rep in the scrimmage, but I can put on the virtual reality goggles and get the play call, and I can go through the whole thing. In the classroom. So I may not have got the rep, but I can go through the same thing, see it exactly how the quarterback saw it, hear it exactly how the quarterback heard it. And, so I think that there's something to that, obviously getting the experience, but also, we're very blessed to have different technologies that help us with that as well.
How excited are you to go out to Mom and watch Connor pitch?
I already went.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I was very excited. Yeah, I was very excited. Connor's one of my guys, and to see him be successful in another sport is great to me. I love that. I wasn't a great two-sport athlete in college, but like he is. But I do know that there's certain things that you got to be careful of. And certain things you got to make sure you're cognizant of when you're going back and forth. But I was very excited to see him out there. Actually, my mom and dad were in town, and my dad's a huge Connor Nolan fan and wanted to go to the game, so we were able to. I called a couple buddies and went to the game, and got me and my dad sat there and watched him pitch, and I was probably the most fired up guy in the stadium, honestly. I was cheering for him pretty loud, and watching him throw that nasty breaking ball he's got. So I was a little disappointed in his velocity. That's what I told him. But I told him if he wanted to be the true Noland Ryan, like I call him, he's got to get that velocity up a little bit. But he's a great kid, and I'm extremely excited to see him having a lot of success over there.
When did you start calling him Nolan Ryan?
It just kind of came to me. He was out at off-season drills. He had been going back and forth, and he's out at off-season drills, and just thought of it, called him Nolan Ryan. So thought it fit pretty good.
Thanks, Coach.
What kind of